Welcome to Venator Chronicles Podcast, a revolutionary podcast
Not really.
by two dudes learning how to hunt. I'm Ethan Taylor.
And I'm Dustin Jelly. Here, we take hunting serious, and ourselves, not so much.
So sit back, enjoy the laughs and lessons.
Just get the show on the road.
Let's jump right into it, dude.
Yeah, buddy. Man, what a night. I love these nights. Definitely later in the year than I generally prefer, but
Yeah, we're, October 18th?
yeah. And sitting outside without any hats or gloves.
I was going to say, I'm
No,
literally wearing Crocs,
Crocs.
sweats, and just like a regular long sleeve.
Yeah, I'm way overdressed for the weather.
That's okay. That's okay. Stay bundled, big guy.
But you know, hey, we'll take it.
Yeah.
Good night to enjoy fire, cigar,
Mm-hmm.
and recap our adventures.
Gosh, it's been so nice. We're definitely jumping into that. But literally, it's been so nice that my wife was like, "Oh, does it look good for hunting tomorrow morning?" I mean, first of all, any day is a good day for hunting.
Yeah.
But I was like, honestly, I'm like, I would go out, but I'd rather just save my good graces for when it's actually like
Yeah.
go time.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's really warm. It's
Actually-
it's like,
Yeah. So, I mean, do you feel like this year? Because I know for me, I had like just a hard like shift in my thinking of planning ahead for next year. Like I am totally going to dedicate like my time hunting, really getting in the woods, hunting, not necessarily scouting, but hunting. End of like second half of October, end of October, first week of November. And like I'm probably going to plan on just taking a week off of work.
oh, that's nice.
That time versus like this year. I mean, we'll talk about it in our trip, but like I just this whole season has been, I mean, between just the warm weather, that hasn't helped. But just like that, I mean, maybe a bit of maturity. You got a ember.
Where?
I don't know.
It's my
Probably
cigar.
your crotch.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, there it is. By your butt. By the butt. In your saddle. Saddle life.
Saddle life, dude. Thank you, Dusty. Thanks for looking out.
Hey, I got you.
We keep it real. We keep it raw.
Yeah. Not editing that out.
Nope.
But like just realizing the importance of like how good hunting is that later part of October, you know, and just being able to find sign and figure things out. I don't know. And I'm definitely going to change it up next year. Like that and coupled, like I've been talking about, with just really investing in scouting.
Yeah.
You know, and then that earlier season going out and maybe doing some, you know, scout and hang hunts, but more so to, you know, gather intel.
Yeah, and if something great happens, great.
Cool.
And if not, then no worries.
Then I'm not, because like honestly, like I don't know, I'm feeling a little burnt out, but I think that might be due to a lack of sleep this last weekend. So. So I'm not burnt out of hunting. I'm just burnt out right now.
We'll get into that in a second. No, I agree. Like, I think what happened looking into this season from the outside, because it was like last year, it was the year after being off for a couple years, few years, whatever, with the business going. And so last year, you know, I picked up the bow again, essentially, right? And it's like, all right, well, like, let's just get out there when we can, right? And it wasn't super intense, and it was like, I just liked to
kept the expectations lower.
Expectations were lower, and I was like, okay, scouting for next year, like that's the mentality. And so, and then what I did get out was great. When I did get out, it was great. But it wasn't like a ton. I wasn't hammering it, and it wasn't like I didn't look at my gear. It didn't like anything, right? It was just like I need to gather intel and just like start building again. Is what it felt like. And then looking at this year, it was like back in a sense, to a place. And again, thankfully, like relationships being rock solid compared to when I first started hunting with the wife in particular.
Yeah.
Around
you're not talking about us?
Yeah, no, we're good. Around the subject of hunting specifically, I guess, where I was like an unhealthy obsession, admittedly. And so being able to find a good balance in that, and then because there's a good balance and communication in that, I can go out more than any year past probably. And like I was telling, like earlier, I was like, oh, I actually chose not to go out this morning because it was like it's not a great morning to go out. Like
Yeah.
I'd rather. It's not like you bank it and save that hunt or whatever. That's not how life works.
Yeah.
But it was like, I'm not going to
If you're
stretch. If I'm not going to stretch anything right now.
Yeah.
You know, on the 18th, and I mean, yeah. So
It's 18th with decently warm weather.
Like we were 40s this morning, basically.
Yeah.
And so it's like it's just not.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's been 40s all
Mm-hmm.
week, 40s, 50s. It hasn't dipped at all.
if we get
yeah.
into those low 30s, then I'm going to be excited.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like. Okay, now
All
I
right.
might like push the.
I too. I kind of realized like this year for us, end of August, September, beginning of October was probably the busiest we've ever been with
Around.
kid sports.
Kids sports.
Because
Yep.
like having 4 of the 5 kids in sports, and that was just it. It really hit this year. Just how last year we had 3, or do we have 4? But last year didn't feel as busy. This year was really busy, maybe because we had to have a senior, and it was just a lot. So it's like, okay, that was another layer added on top. Where it's like, all right,
Yeah.
they'll free up, more time to invest there.
Yeah.
And then because come second week in October, our sports are done especially for the next few years. Like none of our kids are going to be in high school soccer.
Yeah.
So I don't have to
where
worry
it's
about
really
late
intense.
season playoffs.
Yeah, it's a
and-
lot more intense too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and for us, it hasn't been so. I mean, I think the other part of it too is that I'm essentially in a transition period in life where we're ending our business. I'm gonna still be doing it as far as like tree removals type stuff.
It's a year of transition.
It really is, dude. It is.
Transition
yeah.
from a climb on to a saddle and new business. Same, bro. Same.
Yeah, it's been a very interesting time to say the least, because it's kind of like I'm at the point now where I'm like, what do I want to do?
Yeah.
Right, where it's like, okay, I've got work to sustain me. Like there's plenty of quotes, plenty of people who are saying yes to the bids, and so it's like, okay, well, I don't have to have a job next week. And so like I actually am going in for an interview on Tuesday for something.
Ooh.
And first of all, I realized, I was thinking about the other day, like I've conducted thousands of interviews.
Yeah.
The last interview that I was being interviewed in was 13 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
And so, but like because of the position that I'm in currently, which I think is the best place to be coming from, which is like, I'm here to see, like you guys are here to see if I'm a good fit.
But
and
do you
I'm
feel
here
like you're also coming in with questions yourself and like,
yeah,
it's not
I'm
just-
also interviewing the company and being
yep.
like, do I want to be here? Like I don't have to be here, right? And so it's through a connection of mine, which is nice, because then and it just feels more like my mentality is like I'm going in to have a conversation, and one thing I love to do is talk about myself, and so I'm not a bit nervous about it. Yeah, and then just kind of trusting God with it, and if it's like, oh yeah, hey, we want to make the job offer, then it's like, well, I also got some other dreams that do not pertain to this.
Yeah.
And so how does all that stuff mix in there?
Yeah.
And so as far as like when you're talking about next year's hunting, taking some time off, I'm like, I just have no idea what it's going to look like, man. I
Yeah.
have no idea. I'm just going to
mean-
enjoy where I'm at now, where it's like there's flexibility
Yeah.
and
I mean, honestly, I'm in the same boat where we've talked a lot about, but I'm definitely at a point where I need a new job, physically,
Yeah,
mentally,
dude. Yeah.
and so in the same boat as you is like that, trying to figure out, okay, what's that next step, and what do I really want to do, and am I good fit? I'm not at that point where, ironically, 5 years ago we were both in the we need a new job,
yeah.
and we need a new job ASAP, and we took what we had to take, and it worked
Well,
great.
I mean, I think there's obviously like God weaves things in such a cool way all the time. But that's what was cool, is that my brother and I had already been talking about for like months on and off, like, hey, what could we do in the marketplace? Like, we've got skills. Like you're super good at this. I'm super good at this. We've seen the workforce. And so it all kind of like ended up like we probably, like I've said before, it's like we probably wouldn't have taken the jump. Right. And even looking back now, now that it's coming to an end, it's like, I wouldn't change it. Like we've made a ton of sacrifices. Our families have made a ton of sacrifices, but at the same time, it's been probably the best 5 working years of my life,
Nice.
right? Like you get to work with your brother, and you get to have all these highs and lows and everything in between. But when you've got someone like so rock solid and like fiercely loyal, like Ben, it has been like I wouldn't change a thing. Would not change a thing.
Which is a nice little tease for a future episode.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll,
I'll touch on it. I'll touch on it. So I've shared before. We talked about it when I got my buck last year. Our family and some friends do deer drives. Essentially, that's all we do during rifle season is deer drives.
Classic Wisconsin style deer drives.
Exactly. And I'm more of the
run and gun,
show
Elmer
up.
Fudd.
Well, no, okay.
Oh, okay.
All right, Dusty. See,
wait,
this
that
is
was
why
me.
I thought you
That
wouldn't
was
like
me.
it. Because you're like, Orange Army,
Orange Army, baiting, crossbows.
Yeah.
Everything about Wisconsin I hate.
No, but I'm going to tease this a little bit because the whole thing with like our deer drives and stuff last year was really the first year Ben came to me before the season. And it was a collaboration, not saying it was like me, but it was like, what would we do differently if we actually want to get bucks? Because for 20 plus years, it was like,
just go out and invade the
a little
woods.
8-pointer was a huge deal, right?
Yeah.
And so we had conversations, and then Ben put in crazy legwork. He's putting in crazy legwork now every weekend.
Okay.
Like he literally has insane amount of spots. But anyway, and he and I have been coordinating and talking about stuff and analyzing some different deer drives. But he's really the mastermind of it all, and he's the one who's got like we've got the deer drive 10 commandments we've made up at this point, where it's like if we don't just nobody gets to just waltz in, like it's a pretty big deal.
Well, having been on like part of the group, being that that is a big group, and like
it's changed even from that.
Okay,
it's
I mean,
changed
that's a
from
lot
that.
Of, like
we have a lot more
chaos.
Yeah, and we have a lot more, I would say, dialed in serious people where you're like they're putting in the time, they're putting in the effort, and they have like a deeper understanding what's happening.
Yeah,
it's not like, hey, sit here and just look,
start blasting.
Yeah, and so
anyhow, there it was.
And I think that's a part of the intent too with the podcast is like to get everybody on the same page. But I think it'll be fun to just take a deep dive into Ben's brain because this is his Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, it's
versus
not something
our
that
archery
people really talk about anyhow.
Yeah,
the actual I've never searched out because I live in Minnesota, have zero interest in deer drives. But I don't think it's a very popular.
I think a
topic.
I think a lot of
from
people
a systematic approach.
Yes, exactly, and
a lot
that's
of people
where,
do it, but it's just you put a guy here.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5 guys go here and then start driving
Yeah.
the deer towards the one guy or two guys.
Yeah, I don't literally mean it's a science that Ben has put to it, but it's in the lightest terms, he literally has this kind of down to a science, and he's still like developing it and stuff. But we've looked on YouTube because he's thinking about starting his own channel and stuff, which I'd help him out with, and that would be a lot of fun.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, and so there's nothing like it on YouTube, right? Like there's it's kind of like the good old boys type of deer drives when you see them online, right? And Ben is just essentially tactical. He's like a surgeon with it, right?
The THP of deer drives.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, we are going to be getting together with Ben, Derek, and then my brother Isaiah, and those are kind of like the three main dudes that'll be kind of talking through some concepts and some ideas around deer drives. And I think that'll be dude. It's going to be fun to explore that. I don't know how long of a podcast that's going to be.
It's going to be a 2 to 3 parter. I'll guarantee you that.
We better clear our schedule.
There's 2 tailors together in one podcast.
3.
No, 3. 3. 3 tailors. Like we've had 2, and those have always been long. Mm-hmm. 1 tailor's long enough. 2 has been long. 3, it's 3.
I will say
3 parts. I'll call it right now. 3 parts.
Okay, you might not be wrong. But I will say these would be the more reserved of the tailors,
which still isn't saying a lot.
Which is still more outgoing than most people that are. Okay. All right. So we'll table that.
That was a lot more than I would have dropped. I would have been like, we're just having Ben on.
No, that's not fun. No, you want people to know it's coming, dude. It's coming.
You're like that. You're like that movie trailer that basically gives the whole movie almost.
Okay.
And leaves out the one little part.
I'm about to pull up the email that Ben sent me, and you tell me if I even scratched the surface.
I believe you, man.
All right, then I'm going to leave it.
Clipping hot.
All right. Am I clipping hot?
Just in my ears.
Oh, okay. Sorry. All right, I'll bring it down.
No.
Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna table that,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna move on. We've done
Sounds good.
our little mini update.
Yeah.
Our hunting weekend, which was
Dude,
last weekend.
Last weekend.
What
What a time.
Do we
I
just work
mean-
through it chronologically?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's
leave
the best
the
way to
people
go
in
about it.
suspense.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't followed us already.
Yeah, because we definitely wouldn't have posted any pictures.
Yeah, no, we're saving that.
Success.
We're saving that. We table everything for a year out, kind of like THP. You know, we can't be dropping.
that's where I
what's
feel like-
happening this year.
That's where I feel like.
So what you all are seeing is it's from last year, guys.
Gosh. Yeah, no, we're the running gun of podcast, Dusty.
yeah. We're
All right, yeah. So
shoot from the hips.
we head out Thursday night.
Yeah, which was nice because we weren't sure if we were leaving stupid early Friday morning or
Yeah,
We
it would
thankfully-
have been like a 3 a.m.
Yeah.
start on Friday.
yeah, which it was way better going out Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
Worked out, got out there.
Settled
settled,
in. I don't think
you
we
know.
went to bed till what 12,
Like 12.
12:30.
Yeah, enjoyed a little bit of whiskey.
Mm.
It's a celebration.
Very small amount, but we did
Yes,
enjoy it.
we
It was
did
nice.
enjoy it.
It was nice. It was
Yes.
like, it was funny. Like as we were even driving out there, like there wasn't that much talk. It was just like decompression
Yeah.
from life.
Well,
and you're
dude, you came off of coaching your kids' football teams. I was
Yes.
coming off coaching at the gym.
yep.
Like we were working all week and
Yep.
just excited beyond all. Like
Mhm.
a couple of kids ready for Christmas.
Oh my goch, we've got some
So-
real. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I ended up downing a bunch of Quick Trip food and
Dude,
a
that was-
full quart of chocolate milk
That
in
was
like
disgusting.
10 minutes. And I thought I was going to lose it.
We were literally on the drive, and again, we weren't talking much because
No.
we literally were just, we
Just
were just like,
in the zone.
yeah, we were just kind of like
Mm.
again decompressing, and I'm literally sitting there, and all of a sudden I'm like watching him chug like half a gallon of chocolate milk,
Dude, I was
and
so
in my head
hungry.
I'm like, bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how this plays out.
And it almost did not play out well. Like I get to that point where it was like I was all sweaty, like
Oh
my stomach
my
was churning. I was
gosh.
like, great, here we go. I mean, at least getting the sickness over at
Out
the
of the
beginning.
front end,
Yeah,
yeah,
the front end. Like
God.
there's a couple minutes where I thought we're gonna have to pull over.
Oh, dude,
But,
that's
you
so
know,
bad.
The iron stomach worked through it.
Mm-hmm.
It was fine. We were good. Coast was clear.
that was a bit nerve wracking because I was like, oh no.
you were starting to get a little annoyed with me already. You're like, really, bro? Really?
Yeah, I'm like, we can't do this. We can't do this. This is too soon.
Hey, I didn't get sick last year. So,
Yeah, didn't you?
no.
Oh,
No.
okay. Well,
No.
I
And
just
this
be
year.
scarred from
So,
the.
I didn't get sick this year. So,
Hey, go us.
Yeah.
We made a lot better decisions this year.
we did.
in
Yeah.
terms of
Like-
outside of hunting.
Well, sort of. We'll get there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So anyway,
So there we
we're
are.
there Thursday.
Yeah.
We're settled in.
Settled in. We
Whiskey, little
whiskey.
chit chat.
go to bed,
Yep.
dreaming.
Dusty
Next
snoring
morning.
super loud.
Yeah, I was out that night.
He was
Well,
out.
sort
No.
of out. Like I was tossing and turning that first night.
Okay, this is where it was like, it was funny because you're like, oh, I didn't sleep at all. And I'm laying on the opposite end of this, 10-foot
We're in a
camper.
scamp.
Yeah. And I'm like, literally, I like lay my head down and
the
Dusty's,
walls are reverbing.
well, it was just that you were already snoring. And I was like, how is he asleep?
Which is funny because you actually fell asleep before I did.
I disagree. You can't snore awake.
You fell asleep before I did that night. And then
I might have hit REM sleep before you did,
yeah.
but you were before I was asleep.
Mm,
All right, well,
anyhow,
we'll circle back.
it was
we'll circle back.
It was a foreshadowing.
It really
of
was.
what was to come.
Oh,
so,
that was brutal.
Yeah.
Okay,
So yeah, but we wake up early Thursday morning
did we wake up early?
or Friday morning. Well, our alarms went off, and then we snoozed them like once or twice, and then we're finally like, all right, let's go.
Well, and I think one thing that's been fun as we've hunted more together and done these weekends is that we've had, like, I feel like there's a ton of pressure the first 3 to 4 years of doing this. And then, like, we, like, at least released a little bit through a pressure valve of, like,
Mhm.
you know what, at the end of the day, like, if we wake up a little bit late, if we whatever this, it's like, we're not going to let it ruin our time, right? And so, like, we woke up a little later than we
A
wanted
little
to get
later,
going.
but not too late.
But we were joking around about it the whole time. Like
Yeah.
we made some videos where it's like, all right, we're coming in under moonlight, and it's like
Yeah,
clearly
clear
the
as
sun's
day,
up.
yeah.
Like it's just
No, that was the third day.
was it?
Yeah, that was the third day. Because we still went in gray light. It was a little bit later.
No,
but-
because I sent it to Seth. I'll show you.
Oh, okay.
But we were walking down the gravel driveway, and I was like, "Yeah, we're coming in under moonlight. We were up at
It was
3 or
definitely
4
light.
3
It
or
was
4.
definitely-
Yeah, you could
definitely
definitely
light
see.
enough.
Yep. Because that's
Yeah.
when I took those photos.
That's
of you by
right,
the
it
lake.
was. You're
Yeah,
right, yep.
yeah. And so
Yeah, so we make the walk
Mm-hmm.
going up to where we're going to set up. We ended up bumping a deer. I don't know if it was
Oh,
a
did
buck.
we on the way
Oh,
in?
yeah. Well, I did. Sorry, I did. Because when I was getting set up,
okay,
there's one that bumped. That was like
Yeah.
just west of me up the hill.
yeah,
When I was putting up one of my sticks, and then it bumped. But we got set up, got rigged in, and
So I saw a post the other day, and it was on some public land hunting thing, and it's like, how close is too close to have someone set up next to you? You know, and everybody's like 100 yards or less, like blah blah blah, and I'm like, unless it's your buddy,
Yeah.
we're literally like 80 yards
Yeah.
away from each other, but like we were out of sight,
out
and-
of sight, and definitely
and totally
two
like different land, like
yeah,
different topography features that we were
Yeah.
playing off of. I mean, there's no doubt that what we were doing definitely could affect each other in a negative way. I would
Maybe.
say, I really
Probably.
would say, but like at
But
the same time, I was like, I'm
Exactly.
hunting with my buddy. I'm
exactly.
hunting with my buddy. I'm like a step lower than this, and me
Like-
just hopping in the same tree. With
Yeah,
him and
like
filming.
hopefully that's what we do moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Is just literally taking turns of videoing.
I would love
Because
that.
that's one thing that I've come to love and realize. Like last year was just a lot of hunting by myself, and I was like, oh no, like I actually really enjoy going out,
Mhm.
you know, with a buddy,
Yep.
sharing the experience
Mhm.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
Well, and we had done a hunt earlier this year where we were both like 6 feet away from each other in a tree. But I was like, I'm primarily here to film. Like if something's like staying out of reach
Yeah.
for you, it was like, okay, well maybe I'll take it. You
Yeah.
know, or a monster
that is
buck.
that is kind of the nice thing. Like
Yeah.
being that we have different setups, there
Mhm.
is different scenarios where we can kind of play off one another.
Yeah, where it's like, dude, this one's all you, whatever. And we have different, and we're at also because of our setups, I genuinely, and even just our like where it's like you're like, oh, it'd be sick to get a 6-pointer, 8-pointer, like
Oh, yeah.
whatever. And I'm
Yeah, my
go ahead.
my expectations are definitely lower.
Yeah, lower, but for the equipment you're using, I feel like it's still a huge deal, if that makes sense.
Are you looking down on me?
Yeah, 100%.
Dang, I feel judged.
All right.
Wow.
Well, God.
Dang, folks, this might be the end of ECP.
This is the second time I've gotten under
All right,
Dusty's skin
well.
tonight. Sorry about that, buddy.
Well, guys,
it's not
it was
intentional.
nice. Hope you've enjoyed the ride. I will see you later, Ethan.
Okay, but genuinely.
No, I'm really mad. Really, really mad now. Very, very mad. Going home. All right, I'm back.
Dude, I appreciate your commitment to the bit right there. Okay.
All right, I'm over my feelings.
But no,
There-
like you were
there's-
saying,
there's
like
deep as
genuinely
my
because of our
mental-
setups, because of our expectations, it's like, oh, we can actually both hunt together, and
I just have a wider variance.
you're
of
not like
expectations.
having to step on each other's toes.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like I'd be yeah.
I mean, if that
yeah, I don't
200
know.
incher walks in, we're both flinging.
Honestly,
we are
it-
both flinging.
Honestly, I don't even like if it's within your range, like I would be expecting you to be shooting first. Like if I couldn't get a shot before it was like
Oh yeah, and if it's a scenario where we were
he's like working the edge.
setting up where it's like, yeah, that's out of range for me,
Mhm.
dude. I would hope, because unlike some people, like I'm really excited about when my buddy can get something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Dude, I was
could be there
literally
to
in the
watch
stand.
It would be sick.
I know. And I'm in the stand like I would be almost more stoked for Dusty to
Smoke a
close the
doe
deal.
that walks in.
Close the deal on anything at this point. That sounded worse than I intended. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Here comes the distant
Yeah.
voice again.
And bye. That's it. Final straw. I'm done. I'm really done. Had enough.
Walk it away. We're not even through morning one right now. Okay. Okay, so you
anyhow,
bump
back.
you bump a deer
Bump
to
a
your west.
deer, yeah.
You're set up on a we're both set up on an oak ridge, right?
Yeah.
And you're set up on what I call the converge, which is 3 ridges coming together
Mhm.
essentially.
Over
And
a
we've
mock
got
scrape we had made where we had
yes.
gotten all the good videos, which we haven't even dropped.
Yeah, we haven't and that's kind of
We'll
I've been
tease
like
it. We'll
until we
tease it.
yeah, yes. Until we
We'll blur
were
the horns out.
I don't think it's that big. But it's definitely one I'd shoot with you. So anyway, yeah, you're set up on what I'd call the converge. You got 3 points coming down. There's a lake below us,
Mhm.
and it's an oak ridge on the what is that? The west side of the lake.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's only like 500 yards long. This lake,
Mhm.
maybe 300 yards
Yeah.
across.
Apparently, it's like 8 feet deep at the deepest part.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what Matt was telling me. So,
Nice.
yeah.
That's shallow.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's a glorified pond at this point, really.
yeah, it's beautiful though. I'll
Oh,
tell you
yeah.
that. It was
Yeah.
it was sweet walking by that every morning. So you're setting up on the converge. I go another 100 yards to the what would it be?
The
northwest,
Yeah.
northwest a little bit.
Yeah, a little northwest.
Yeah, and I set up. I didn't hear anything get bumped, but you had heard something definitely get bumped.
Oh, I saw it. I saw the
Oh,
whitetail bounding
Was
away.
it from that bedding, like that super thick
Yeah.
stuff? Okay,
Yep. Yeah,
I
like
guarantee
just
does
outside
were
of
just
it.
hanging out there, dude.
Yeah. I
100%.
Which leads me to believe, I mean, given the number of does that were in there.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had does daily and daylight.
Yeah.
On the camera for the
Which
last month.
Come pre-rut. Oof.
See,
I think
yeah,
that spot's going to be really good.
and that's
So we'll come back.
yeah.
We'll
And
come
when we
back.
check those cameras, it's like, oh yeah, I guess this kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
Hindsight's
we
2020.
digress though.
Yeah. So there we are.
But we did have that big buck come through a couple times.
Yep. Did come through. Well, it came through in daylight, like on Matt's camera.
Yeah.
The day we were out that Monday before.
Yeah, and that's within what, like
That was
800 yards or
Yeah,
less,
yeah.
right? I mean, that thing was feasibly in daylight
Yep.
on that same ridge, right?
Yeah.
I know, high hopes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dashed
So we
high hopes.
definitely went up with high hopes.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Okay, so first morning sit, you bumped one while you're setting up. I got set up way lower than I thought I was going to, which has been the trend this year, where it's
Okay.
like, oh, all right, I guess I'm just using a couple sticks,
All right.
right? I got
Like way lower by like just kind of hindsight. You're like, oh, that's actually. Or
it's a weird mix of like,
intentional, and you're like, man, that's just lower than I'm used to.
I think it's a
Gonna
weird
start to climb
mix.
25 feet.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm a recovering climber, climbing stand addict. No, it's a weird mix of like, one, you're trying to predict how many sticks you need, which I'll say like I have no bearing on. Like I'm finally starting to get the routine down of like
Okay.
setting up and dialing it in and like the
Yep.
little nuances of it to be able to do it efficiently. But then I added an aider before we went on this trip. And so then I'm like, okay, I'm going to be going up 3 sticks. And I set it up, and like my third stick was literally like almost above my stand. And I'm like, okay, I need some work here.
Yeah.
Because I was setting up on like canopy stuff. As far as like, okay, well, what's the most beneficial place to actually be at
Yeah.
in this scenario? And I had a hill, like you were set up on a hill, so obviously
Yeah.
like we're thinking about thermals. And then I had a hill that was going a little bit different way, and I'm also thinking about that. So it's like, all right, kind of the lower the better in a sense, as far as
Mhm.
your scent cone, we'll call it.
Yeah.
And so I set up a little bit lower than I thought I would, with kind of what we predicted as the rubbing tree. I don't know what you want to call that.
Yeah. It was a rubbing
Post, whatever. Yeah, it was like a horizontal rubbing
Yeah.
post.
If you haven't seen it,
like
go check
organic.
out the IG page. We have it on there.
Yeah. So anyway, I set up within like 15 yards of that, but then there's like a major trail that goes along this finger that comes down to essentially where Dusty is,
Mhm.
actually. And then I had this bowl that went off to my right, where I could see a pretty good distance, just for like intel purposes. So I sat that morning. You had the I'd say more action, exciting.
Yeah.
So yeah, tell
Yeah,
us what
because
happened.
after, I don't know, what, an hour of sitting maybe at most, all of a sudden, I look down behind me and I just see this back of a deer, like, I don't know,
Like below you on the
below
hill.
me. Yeah, below me on the hill. I was like, oh, sweet, cool action. And then slowly works its way up and it's a little 6-pointer. And I was like, sweet.
Dude.
Dude's a shooter.
Dude,
All right.
yeah.
And so he's slowly making his way in and he's coming up the hill. I'm downwind of him. So I'm like, sweet, chilling out. I'm videoing him. He is not paying attention to anything towards me. But then he starts he pauses. I mean, he gets within 10 yards.
That's so crazy.
Behind brush though, and it's kind of facing towards me. But then all of a sudden, starts checking behind him, and it's kind of I don't know, not acting skittish, but just kind of not wanting to move forward. But it's not because of me, because he keeps looking back. And at one point, a couple squirrels are squirreling around and run right past him.
And I mean, in that last week, we had that big
That
big buck come in
with the 6-pointer.
Yes,
So I
yeah.
was wondering, okay, is
Yeah.
the big one? Which at this point, I don't care if the big one's behind him. I'm gonna take the first thing I can get. That's where I'm at. And then at one point, he decides he's gonna walk back down towards the hill and cut kind of towards the south. And I had wondered, okay, is he gonna then cut back? And there's a trail that south of me, but up the hill a bit, about 25 yards. Another 10 minutes go by, and all of a sudden I see him up on top of that trail. I was like, sweet, this trail leads right down to the mock scrape. I'm set up right over. I was like, money. This trail will have him come down. There's multiple shooting points. They'll give him perfectly broadside. Super excited. He starts walking down and then cuts back into the woods east of me and cuts basically back down to right where he was.
Dude.
7-8 yards out
I
from
can't
me.
believe how thick it was from
but
you.
thick enough. Thick enough to where it's I had no shot. And then finally at some point, again, he was looking behind him. And then he just decided to kind of bound off after 10, 15 minutes. And it was just dang.
Well, and I must have gotten the text in between the time where he was real close to that first encounter
Yeah.
to where he kind of wrapped around,
Mhm.
and it was I was so fired up for you. I was like, oh my gosh, let's go! Is today the day?
I was super excited. I'm like, man, not even an hour in, we're already getting action. Yes, this is money.
Yes.
This is everything that we've been wanting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then, so we sat the rest of the morning, and
Yeah,
we
I
got
did.
down about, 11?
Yeah, somewhere in there. Yeah.
I think 10:30, 11, where it's just man, we weren't seeing anything, no does.
Yeah. Was it pretty windy that morning? or
Yeah,
not?
the wind started really picking up
Yeah,
to
it was
where
like
the point.
15 plus miles an
Yeah,
hour.
where it was
yeah.
I think this wind is probably going to bed them down sooner than later. We decided, hey, let's get down. Let's bug out of there with the wind.
And what we wanted to do either way was we wanted to go check that other trail camera
Yep.
in the afternoon hours because we want to give that a fair shake at that other spot.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, well, we put a camera out there, we put a mock scrape, we should at least go check it out to make sure we're making informed decisions. And if the wind is vastly different,
It gives us another
an option.
opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and so we bounced out of that area. We went and took a quick 20-minute drive, whatever.
Yeah, not even.
Yeah, to the other spot, and we went back there and we pulled the trail camera, and oh my gosh, so this year we had doe tags for this zone, which we didn't have last year.
Yeah.
Which is a big deal for us because we're like, we got to kill something.
Yes.
We're like,
Yeah,
we got to kill something.
Year
Come on.
5. Is this 5th year?
It's got it's got to
fifth
be
year.
it's got to be
And
fifth
we have
year.
yet to kill something on our trip.
Yeah. But it's funny. Okay, side tangent, typical. Had we been approaching it like we're approaching it now, it feels like the last year and a half, probably even just these last 2 years that we are dove back in,
Mm-hmm.
the mentality about how we're approaching stuff feels so
way
vastly
different.
than what it was
We're doing way less
any
walking.
a lot.
a lot less classic
Yes.
too, dude.
Hey, let's just sit over this open area because it looks open,
Open.
and we can get a stock on.
Yeah. Through pin oaks.
So bad. It's so bad. Okay.
Anyhow,
It's I must have like a fantasy of like
going out west and mule
essentially
hunting.
going out west, even
you
going
wanna
out
hunt
to
a
where
muley.
Seth is at, even like
Yes.
just like open area.
Too many whitetail adrenaline videos.
Apparently, dude. Apparently, it's so bad. All right. So anyway, I feel like if we had the mentality we have now, in those first few years, like by now we would have closed the deal. But also at the same time, we're learning.
It's how we're
growing.
it's how,
yeah,
and
it's
we're
how
building.
it goes. It's the
I mean,
story arc.
We'll talk
It's the
about
story arc,
exactly
dude.
what I took away from this year, but like there is already so much, like that final like drive back to my house. There's a few things where it's like, oh my gosh, we should have done X, Y, Z, which I'll get into. But
Good. All right, I'm
So
excited. I'm excited
like
to hear it.
so things are compounding. I feel like
Yeah. Yeah.
being that like, hey, we're learning lessons, and these like
Well,
reflections are going to come sooner
mean,
and quicker.
for us, also at the same time, it's like it wasn't like we just saw deer day one. It was like first morning, first few hours, we were in the right place, and you do have to, like, the deer has to turn the right direction. for
Yeah.
you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was
That-
literally
like,
that.
that is the
close.
one thing. Like
It's like a few steps this way, and we're
we're
it's a
golden.
different story.
Yeah.
Exactly.
gonna be golden.
Oh, dude, the people know.
Ugh.
The people know.
I hope you people know.
No shame.
If
dude.
you haven't watched Cape Hop Demon Hunters, do yourself a service and go watch it, guys.
Dusty's like
It's the best.
trying to convert. Okay.
Yeah. And then go find a metal version of Cape Hop Demon Hunters soundtrack. It's even better.
Oh.
Anyhow, side tangent done.
All right, yeah. Side tangent of the side tangent is they're both complete actually. All right. So anyway, we go check out this other camera. We've got a real nice. I think there was actually like 11 or 12
Yeah,
pointer
that sucker had
because he had some real
stickers.
nice like big stickers coming off of him.
He was,
So
he
we
was like
see
kind
him-
of gnarly looking. It
yeah,
was cool.
and he was
it
within
was really cool.
Yeah, he was within an hour of daylight.
Yeah.
And then we had does every morning between basically 7 a.m. and 9 a.m.
Yep.
And then we would sporadically have them. And, this is only a month of trail camera info. But then we'd sporadically have them between, up to 12 o'clock or maybe a little bit earlier.
Mhm.
But we were like, oh, dude, like,
Cool.
sick. We're going to
Like-
go. Yeah.
If we got another good option.
Exactly. Which brings us to then we checked that trail camera and we're like, oh, that's super encouraging. Like
Mhm.
almost every single day within the last 2 weeks, we've
Yeah.
had deer on
In
this
the mo-
camera in daylight.
Yeah, in the morning.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
then
So
at
it's
that
only
point,
hours to screw up.
yeah, at that point it was like, all right, well, let's go back.
Yep.
To the spot we were at in the morning
Because
We're
we
doing-
had perfect wind.
yeah, perfect wind for that spot.
Yep.
And it
Yep.
was like, let's do an evening hunt there because of the wind. We had gotten movement in the morning and at evening there, really nothing midday. So I was like, all right, let's go hit it. And so we got back up in the trees. We're set up in the same spots.
Yeah, we left our stands.
Yep.
Yep. And so all we had to do was get
Which,
back out there
man,
with our
climbing
bows.
back into a already preset stand is so nice.
Yeah,
It's
it's
so
it's
nice.
dude, it's a
It's not
trap.
even that hard.
It's a trap if you're not careful.
Oh,
but
dude, yeah.
yes,
I see why so
100%.
many people fall. They're like, man, it's here. It's easy. It's
All I gotta do is
convenient."
carry my bow and I
Yeah.
got my flashlight and you just get right in that stand, cozy up. You're good to go, dude. No work. Yeah, so we climb into it. I don't know. I don't recollect if I saw anything or you saw anything that night.
Yeah, you did.
That wasn't the day it was, yeah.
It was.
Oh
yeah.
gosh. All
Man,
right,
wow.
here we go.
It's
All
the
right.
Lack of sleep.
Here comes the lessons, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. Here comes.
Ugh.
This is when the lessons start. So it's
All
sitting.
right, hold on,
it's-
hold on. Give me a second. I just got to swallow my pride. All right, here we go.
All right.
All right, yeah. So then I guess I'll do the talking. So, well,
Oh.
did you see anything, Dusty?
I did not see.
Did you hear anything, Dusty?
I thought maybe I heard a little bit on kind of like the other side of
Mhm.
the hills south of me, but
Yeah.
I never saw anything.
All right. So I'm chilling in my stand. It's probably
You mean
an
in
hour.
your
before-
saddle. You don't have a stand. You
Yeah,
have a
it's-
platform and a saddle.
It's a
bro.
hybrid, dude.
Get it right.
No, I'm not. I'm
Jeez.
not going to split
Let's
hairs.
be technical. We're going to be technical.
No, I'm not
Remember,
a technical
we
guy.
take
I've never been
hunting
a technical
serious.
guy.
We just don't take ourselves serious. Jeez, bro.
So I'm sitting in my stand, which is also a saddle.
Not
true. A saddle could be a stand, right?
No. You're standing on your platform,
Sitting in my saddle.
sitting in your saddle.
So stupid.
Technically,
Yeah, literally pushing up his glasses. All right. So I'm sitting in my saddle. You're
Proud of
welcome.
you.
Yeah. And probably about 80 yards up from me, like on the top of this finger, like where it's plateaued. And again, like there's just oaks everywhere.
yeah.
But there's this primary trail, and it goes on this finger ridge that falls off to the right, falls off towards me, which I'd be to the left of this deer's perspective coming down the hill. So I see the deer, I start filming, and I'm like, okay, time to lock in. Here we go. I'm double checking some ranges. I try to like memorize things, especially with the set stand. You're like, all right, you got like these mental tree markers where you're like, okay, that's this, and it's coming in to my left off this primary trail, and there's nothing super great on the opposite side of this trail that's like right up against it for me to get a range, but I can get something right in front of it, if that makes sense. And I see the deer working down, and then there's a super thick spot where I can't see where the deer goes essentially.
Okay.
And so it can go down into that bowl where we suspect it to be kind of doe bedding.
Oh yeah.
And where
Which
you
is
thought
like
that
a lot of
popple whips type of things like that, where it's
thick.
like, yeah, and it's like 2-inch diameter trees, and it's just hard to walk through even. And where I think you thought you had heard a deer, or where you had thought you'd spooked that deer, or at least near that. So anyway, it's working down this finger ridge. It hits this really rough spot, thick spot where I can't see through it. And I'm like, all right, so the deer can either drop down into this bowl or it can continue down this trail. Now, if it goes, and this is where hindsight 2020, if it goes down this trail all the way down this finger ridge, it's going to end up where Dusty is, right? Of course, I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about closing the deal on our hunting trip, which is so exciting. And so I'm waiting. I think 5-6 minutes pass, and like the length of this thick area, I'm like, it must have dropped into the bowl because it's not that big of a gap in my mind. But deer are not in a hurry to get anywhere.
No.
Like they're just living life. And so I catch a little movement as it's coming out of this thick stuff. And I'm like, all right, I've got this tree ranged at like 30 yards. And then that trail, I'm going to have to just estimate how far away it is. And so I've got my new sight, which I'm still getting used to. It's a 2-pin HHA
optimizer.
Thank you.
2-pin slider.
Like I said,
2-pin slider.
Not a technical guy. And so I'm waiting for this deer, as this deer starts. Like
and your pins are set at 20 and 35? 34, okay.
Yep. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to just plan for this thing to be at between 32, 33 type distance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so as soon as I catch movement coming out of the thickness, I get to full draw because I don't have a trad stick. And
some of us do also get the full draw.
And hold?
And hold.
Oh, that's impressive.
So I'm not a snap shooter.
But you will snap shoot.
I will snap shoot. Maybe. I don't know. Hindsight has me questioning that one.
You're like, I might have snap shot unintentionally.
No, I definitely intentionally snap shot, but I'm not a snap shooter, which is also part of the problem. Anyhow, squirrel, side tangent, back to you.
All right, so the deer is coming down, and it's right on that trail.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right, I'm going to hold slightly low. I'm guessing I'm at between 32 and 33 yards, somewhere in that range. And the deer is like literally, I mean, it's not moving quick. It's just kind of like step, whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't give it the old, because it is a little bit of distance away.
Yeah.
And so I'd rather like catch it off guard is my thought. And so I pull back. It's a small, I mean, like you saw, Dusty, like it's a pretty small window that I'm shooting through.
But it's still a decent, like, it's not like crazy small, but it's
yeah, I mean, it's probably, I mean, obviously I'm, 30 plus yards away, but it's probably like a 10-foot window.
Yeah.
Where I can shoot totally clear of any brush or anything. let the arrow go. Hear this, it's just freaking
Whack.
whack.
Yeah, because I'm sitting there, all of a sudden I just
Yeah,
hear, whack. And I was like,
yeah.
and I
I'm
see
like,
this doe go bounding off.
Yeah, so
I texted you, I was like, dude, was
and
that you?
And I obviously, okay, so you've got the you got the adrenaline going. I see the impact, and I'm like, dude, I feel super good about this impact. Like
Yeah.
I'm like,
Money.
I'm like, this deer's dead. Like 100%, this deer's dead. And the deer bounds off towards Dusty, and then peels off to the south of us,
Or like west.
the west.
Because it
Yeah,
like
'cause it
bounded
kinda-
south
yep.
and then it went west.
Yes,
'Cause I
and
was
then
south.
And then it basically went back through those papa whips.
Yeah. Went
In
into
that
the
low
Papa
point,
Whips.
and then it kind of moved. Like I could hear it still going, probably 100 yards away, and it sounded like a crash to me, because it sounded like I was hearing the same noise in one position,
Yeah.
kind of coming back out of that bowl. And so, dude, I'm freaking amped. I'm so excited, and it's like half of it's deer, not even half of it's the deer. Half of it's like, dude, we
finally did
we
it.
finally did it. We
Finally
freaking
did
did it, dude. Like, let's go. And so I text Dusty or whatever, and I'm starting to, I put another arrow in. I'm like, we've got like an hour left of daylight, or 45 minutes, something
Yeah.
like that.
It was under an hour, but it was still a decent amount of time.
Yeah, and I was like, just keep hunting.
Yeah.
Just keep hunting. And so I knock another arrow, and while I'm kind of waiting, listening, whatever, I start like reviewing the film, and I'm like, God, I had a leaf that literally was right blocks literally the vitals, which is where the arrow disappears into, and I was like, oh, man, like it looks like it's there, whatever, but I'm reviewing it and half-heartedly because I'm still hunting. And I get down, Dusty comes over, and I'm like,
Yeah, once
I'm like, yeah,
shooting light ends and
yeah, we get
it's like,
together,
all right.
and I'm all amped and excited, and Dusty's like, hey, man, easy, like we don't have a deer. But I was really confident in the
Yeah.
shot.
It's like, let's
Felt
go
like-
look at this arrow.
Yeah, I was like, let's go see this arrow. So we walk over to the arrow, we look at it, and like we got hair, dark hair, but it's pretty fatty, or not even. It's
Yeah.
pretty fatty.
Yeah,
It's fatty
and
with a
little
little bit of
blood.
And so Dusty, because we're like, we'll check out the arrow and then decide what we do from there, right? And so Dusty really smartly pulls out this cool app. What's that app called?
You got me on it.
I know. I was the one who sent it to you because you're colorblind with red.
Yeah. Let me.
We should shout it out for anyone who's colorblind
Yeah, it's actually
or
really
doesn't
cool.
like has a hard time seeing red.
Yeah. Track and trail, and it basically it'll pull up. It'll pull up red and pink.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
which colors of blood? Which is cool.
Yeah. So essentially, you have a full
Except-
blue. You have like a full blue screen.
You
And then
don't have
it'll-
to have a blue screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
you can go blue.
that's what I saw.
but yeah,
And then it'll like literally circle where there's blood and like highlight it.
yeah. Well, it highlights red and pink
Red and pink,
because
yeah.
assuming 'cause, like it just picks up that color. That color.
It tells you the deer's blood type and everything. It's
Oh,
great.
exactly.
Age, sex,
Yeah.
how big the rack should be.
AI is crazy, guys.
I'm gonna need
out
the
of control.
lighter again.
All right,
There it is. All right,
And
so,
so-
we
yeah,
see.
pull that up, and there is just like it looks like a massacre,
Dude,
like a
I
Halloween
mean,
murder scene.
Yes, there. I mean, that thing is lit up like a freaking Christmas tree, buddy.
and then you look at me, you're like, dude, turn your headlamp off as I have my red light
His is
going.
red light on, and so this whole area is illuminated in red light, and so then it's picking all that up. It's great.
And then then there's nothing.
And then my heart, like, yeah, definitely. So we look at the arrow, and Dusty's obviously living in like objectivity,
Yeah.
and I'm living in optimism, and I'm like, yeah, okay, finally, I'm like, okay, yeah, we should probably just leave it
Yeah.
here.
It was like,
we
let's just leave it.
we
We'll come
stick
back
the
tomorrow.
we stick
'cause-
the arrow in the ground, and we're like, we'll come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Um.
Weather will be cool enough. Not really feeling good about this one.
mhm.
Seems to be a common theme amongst us.
And we don't want to blow out the we
Yeah.
wouldn't want to bump a deer that's
Yeah,
marginally
because
hit, right?
when I was walking over to you, I heard something snorting at me from that thicket.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And I also thought I had heard something. Well, actually, it was snorting on the other side, so south of me.
Yeah. And if you're like, hey, I double lunged this deer, and then your buddy goes, I heard something that just ran over there, and they're blowing at you with their
Yeah.
lungs that are supposed to be completely blown out.
Yeah.
Not that great of a sign.
Yeah.
Obviously, like the optimist in me is like, it was another deer mentally, but nah, probably not the case. All right, so we back out of there, and then I really start to dissect the video and look at it, and I'm like, holy crap! Like, so I was filming, I think at like 60 frames per second. I timed it between like the sound of the bow, like basically the release of the arrow. It's like 3/4 of a second before the arrow gets there, and it's literally the last 2 frames the deer starts to drop.
And she drops.
Yeah, and my brother Seth, because I had sent him the video, and he was like, it wasn't even like the deer like dropped. You know how like they'll sink on their
Yeah.
front hooves and then launch. He was like, the deer literally went down to its like
It's
knees
or knuckles, knees, whatever.
Yeah, whatever you'd call that on a deer.
It drops all the way down.
All the way down. And like,
And then, and that's where I think we essentially, I mean, we'll get into the next day here, but essentially it was like, I probably hit no man's land.
Yeah.
So if you follow the Vital V up, it seems like there's a section, and I can say this now because I've done it on 2 deer over the last 7 years, where you hit this area above where it's like you're probably still hitting the scapula, which like the
Mhm.
top of it, because it's still loud, which you're like, oh, double lung, right?
Yeah. Because it was loud. That was a loud impact.
I mean, it sounded like it hit a tree. Like
Yeah.
you said, you're like,
Yeah.
it sounded like you hit a tree. Did you
Yeah.
hit the deer?
And then when we pulled the arrow was stuck in the ground. It wasn't stuck in a tree. So that was definitely the deer that you hit.
Yeah, yeah, and so, it looks like, and I don't know if there's actually a no man's land, but it's an area where I'm like, it's so fatty and just tiny bits of blood on it.
Yeah.
I was like, and watching the video, my heart was like, oof. So we're talking. We go back to camp,
Yeah.
right? We're chatting about, like, all right, well, what's tomorrow look like? And it's like, well, we essentially have the opposite wind of what we need for that spot. And
Mhm.
the spot where we pulled the camera, we had the perfect wind,
Yeah.
right? An east wind, I think it was.
and so we decide, all right, we'll do a short morning hunt there, so we're not burning up everything, and then we'll go look for this deer,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so we're getting ready for the morning hunt,
right?
I don't remember this part.
All right, so we get ready for the morning
Okay.
hunt.
Which we got up in time.
we got up in time.
Oh, this part. This part. Yeah. So we got up in time. We were like, for once in our hunting, like, we actually got up off on the first alarm, and we're like, all right, let's go. I'm feeling good.
Yep.
Slept like crap again, but
Yeah.
regardless, like excited. Let's go.
Yeah, that was the night
I was
where
just down a lot of caffeine.
So I have AirPods, noise canceling, obviously. And for whatever reason, like I was just too lazy to grab the other one because I just listen in one ear usually when I go to bed to something. And for whatever reason, I just did not pick up my other AirPod. And it was like, I think that was the night where it was you fell asleep and the snoring kept me awake. And
No,
then by the
that
time
was the third night.
was it?
Yeah, that was
Because
the
like by
third
the
night.
time I fell
I
asleep,
mean, who
okay.
knows? It probably was the same.
Yeah,
Same every night.
Yeah, where it's like we took turns keeping each other awake from our
Yeah.
snoring. So yeah, we were both like, I don't know how our wives
Yeah,
deal.
deal with us.
Yeah, this is brutal.
It's gift of God.
Yeah, it's intense.
Yeah.
All right, so
So
we wake up, we're
on time,
ready.
We're ready. We're
Right,
like, let's
we're
go.
like, all right,
get
let's
on the
get
road.
in there. We're excited because we're
Yeah.
like deer every morning,
Yep.
between this time and this time, like consistently
Sick.
every day.
Yeah.
And
So
and we're driving. We're
we hop
probably
in the
like
truck.
Yeah, we hop in the truck.
Probably no
know-
more than 10 minutes down the road at
no,
most.
we definitely we were like 3/4 of the way there. And we're going over these like really big bumps, and I like was like
I'm cruising. You
yeah,
know,
and I'm like,
so
am
we're
I?
excited.
Yeah, we're on old dirt, back
Blasting,
dirt road, like logging road stuff, and I'm like, I felt like I was hearing extra noise in the bumps,
And we went over one big one.
and we went over one real big one, and I was like, dude, I'm like, did you shut the tailgate?
And I was
And
like,
then you're like,
no,
you
you
shut
shut
the
the tailgate. And you're like, and I was like, uh-oh,
And so we
we
paused.
should probably check.
So we went. I
So-
hopped out.
so-
I didn't tell you this part. First of all,
Oh, boy.
I went back out and around, and you know how like we had like my gear container,
Yeah.
and then that had my stand and stuff on top of it,
Yeah.
and then it was like tailgate,
Yeah.
right? Like the gap and then tailgate.
Yeah.
Your stand was set up leaning back against my gear thing on the actual tailgate.
Oh, jeez.
Like it must have been lodged enough
Yeah.
or whatever. And I was like, all right, first of all, I'm just gonna scoot that back in the truck.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the topper part's down, but the tailgate is wide open.
Wide.
Wide
I mean,
open.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm guessing what happened is because that tailgate takes a little bit of force. You definitely need to, be a man when you close it. And I think you probably just like one click and thought it was good. Be my
Yeah.
guess because we were hitting some pretty good bumps.
Yeah. Yeah. It was,
And we
it
were
was pretty
cruising.
treacherous.
So like I don't think it's anybody's fault.
Mm-hmm.
And like because I definitely remember it being closed because I walked by it when I came into the truck.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was closed, but I don't think it was.
That's where I was like, I swore I
Right.
closed that
Yeah,
thing, dude.
I'm pretty
was
sure.
like-
Well, that's my only theory because like I knew it was closed.
Yeah, and I've had a new revelation of like, oh, I might have ADHD, so like I have this weird.
You're like, I might have forgotten.
No, I have this weird like self awareness where I'm like, oh crap, that's probably my fault. It's just like it's like I'm pretty sure I did. I have no idea.
Yeah. So I was like, oh shoot. Well, we got to go back because we were
Well, we
like,
got
our
back-
cooler,
the
our
cooler
cooler
is
is gone.
gone.
And I was
Just
like, okay,
gone.
well, let's turn around. We're driving back, and then finally we get to the
Well,
end.
we're like, oh, this is a real bumpy area coming up.
Yeah, it
This
has
must
to be
where
like
it is.
right down the road.
Yeah, yeah,
No.
yeah.
Driving back, and then finally we come up to the end of the road where our camper,
Which is like 200
parked.
feet away from our camp.
Yeah, and then there's our cooler in the road,
Just
like
everything splayed out.
splayed out. Yeah,
And well, I mean, we were talking on the way back. We're like, you know how people are like, "Oh, we're hunting to fill the freezer this morning." It's like we're
no,
hunting
the
to find the freezer to fill.
Yeah.
it was so bad.
Oh man. It's
Yeah. So
terrible.
then we go, and it sucked because we like woke up with the intention of like,
Yeah, getting out there before
yeah, we're like, we know they're going to be here between
Yeah.
this time and this time.
we're gonna be well in there.
Yep.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Nope.
Yeah, a lot
That's
of
the way
lot
the
of
cookie crumbles
daylight-
on that
daylight
morning.
walks. Yeah,
So, that we came in at true gray light.
yeah,
would be
yeah,
fair
that
to
was
say.
daylight.
And you dip down to essentially like the entry for this is like we had an east wind, so it's blowing
We're
straight.
coming in off a field from west to east.
Yep.
We're
Yep.
headed to the tree line, which is probably
Probably 400 yards.
500 yards.
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe a little more.
Yeah, off the main road
main
there.
road.
And so you dip down,
Which is we were there last year, and that's where we saw the buck come flying out of the woods, getting
Mhm.
chased by the coyotes. So we've seen deer, like plenty of deer. Where it's
well,
like, okay,
and I had deer that were 12 yards away
yeah,
from
coming
me.
in underneath
that I
you.
couldn't
So,
shoot
like,
because we didn't
knew,
have
like, hey,
tags.
at the very least, we're probably going to have a good opportunity.
Yes. Yeah. And so, and I had like this new tree kind of picked out from the day before, or the afternoon before, where I was like, okay, that's like the maturest birch tree essentially in this little point that comes out. And so we kind of split. Dusty goes down into the valley where would that be a river or a stream? How would you?
It's like a river,
yeah. Okay.
stream. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a tiny stream, that's for sure. And well, big enough for beavers because we've
Yeah,
heard the
I would
tail
say river.
slapping.
Yeah, I
last
would say
year.
river.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was set up right on them last year.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Knowing little creatures.
And so Dusty splits off probably 200 yards from where I'm going to be setting up
Mhm.
down this hill, and I'm coming out. There's a little point that comes out. It's like maybe 50 yards that kind of protrudes from the wood line, where it's just like a bunch of these, I don't know, 10, 12-year-old birch trees, maybe a little bit younger for most of them. And so it kind of creates this corner in the middle of the field. And I'm walking to it, and we're late. We're just late. And this little micro corner area, not far from where our camera was, it's like all of a sudden you hear, and it's gray light, so I can like barely see, but I can see a tail bounding away. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you gonna do? Like
Yeah.
this is this is
Yeah.
what we're at. Whatever. This is what it is. And so I get up in my my birch tree, and I'm like, all right, all 4 sticks today, and end up with like I used all 4, but I
You
kinda-
didn't need.
Well, again, like it was the canopy thing where I was like, oh, I actually don't need to go that high. Sweet. Like this is just smarter to be a little bit lower, to have some shooting windows. You know, higher
Yeah.
is not always better.
Exactly.
Bigger is not always better.
Yeah, when the trees aren't perfectly bare,
Mhm,
50 feet up, you
mhm.
really can't get that high.
Yeah, so that's been a weird dynamic switching is like not just the canopy of the tree you're in, but starting to look at like, okay, what's the
The
best
shooting.
possible shooting lanes for me to
Yeah.
get? And it's like, oh, the higher I get, the more issues I'm gonna have.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, let's sit lower, and then you have that scent cone thing that's smaller, and it's like, okay. So I was high up for these hunts that we were on
Yeah.
typically, but it was lower overall than what
Than what
I've
you're
been
used to.
like in the past.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, I was set up for a while, and
yeah,
all of a sudden I look out, and we probably saw them around the same time, and I saw look out in the field, and probably a couple hundred yards away, there's 3 does making their way kind of towards you, and
Yep, 166 yards away from me.
okay,
And my mentality at this point was like, all right, I'm not shooting another doe until we look for our doe.
yeah,
So like that was my mentality. So I wasn't really stressing that. It was just like, all right, well maybe that big buck will come out or whatever, and like that'd be fun. And we're in a good spot for Dusty to have success. Is the hope. And so film those deer. They just literally moseyed straight across this field. Probably took them like almost an hour, and so it was really fun being like no stress, just kind of filming and like
yeah,
observing them. Like that was just a huge like joy in that morning, and it was brisk, it was cold, it was
yeah.
it was like,
a little
oh, this
cold.
is
My
nice.
toesies were cold that morning.
Yeah, they were.
Didn't
a
have
little-
my
they were-
insulated boots. They were
they
definitely
were
way
a
too
little
cold.
chilly.
Oofta.
Yeah, and
Such a
so
baby.
so anyway, they finally worked through. I think before I had my next little action, I think you had an
Yeah,
encounter.
I'd seen 2 does coming in to the west of me, coming down a trail. Like I'm downwind of them. I'm not moving. I'm just watching them, and they're coming in. And all of a sudden, they just bound off. Like
Ugh.
I don't know what or why. Like I said, I know it wasn't me,
Mm-hmm.
but it was just something. I think maybe a beaver. You know, being that not
Such
too
a bummer.
like the beavers are in that area. So I don't know. There's definitely something that got them to,
But
because they were
they were-
still
they
like
were-
a decent ways. Like I was
Yeah, but
through
they were
the trees.
Yeah, but they were working your way.
They're going to
though.
be they were working my way
Oh.
towards the field, like, and they'd have to walk right past me, and I was set up in the tree. Like it would have been like
You were right on the trail.
I was right. Yeah, it would have been money.
Right.
So-
So, I mean, so far up to this point in our hunt, it's been like morning one, we're right in the
Action.
ball game.
Yep.
Evening one, we've hit a deer, and then morning two, it's like
We're
we're
on deer.
again, we're on deer.
Sweet.
And so a little bit after that time, I had a deer, so I started dropping a milkweed or whatever because I had heard a deer blow behind me, which is to the east of me. And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, we have an east wind, so it should be blowing straight out into this field. And start dropping milkweed, and it's blowing straight back into it, straight back into where they're blowing, and I'm like, oh no.
So just blowing them out.
Yeah, and so I'm like, well, that just sucks. Like, what are you gonna do? And
Must
then
have been like whipping around right off that
yeah,
point.
I don't know. Well, but the thing is too is like literally 15, 20 minutes later, just going straight out into the field again
Yeah.
as I'm dropping milkweed. I'm like,
Just a
oh,
little bit of a swirl point. Right
yeah,
there.
it must have just
Ah.
been like bad timing, whatever. But it was like directly behind me, and I'm like, oh man, that would have been perfect. Yeah, and so that was so. Then I think we gave it a little bit longer after that. Climbed down, packed up, and headed back to the truck. Yeah, and I had watched the film enough at this point. I'd send some videos to Seth to be like, all right, give me some because you've had your opinion on the shot, but I don't think you had looked at it quite as closely.
No.
And obviously Seth, he's like live through us at this
Yeah.
point because he's not getting out much, and so
That's where he was like, yeah, that was it was. He's like
Ooh.
that deer literally dropped to its knees.
Yeah.
and I think like it's gonna be high.
Yeah, so we went back.
So like
though.
we were the best part was like we were walking down the drive to like go look for this doe, and I start recording, and it's like, all right, Dusty, what are we doing here? And before you said anything, I was just like, I guess due diligence, like kind of the hope and the optimism was
Yeah.
like, all right, well, we just
maybe
owe
we'll,
it. Yeah.
yeah, maybe we'll get lucky.
Yeah, that's what it.
Wasn't feeling too hopeful.
Yeah,
Honestly.
and it really, and that's kind of where I was at, and
But I'm like obviously fighting it because you're like, well, I don't want to like give up too easily or like not, spend give the deer its
Yeah.
due type of thing. Yeah. And we go back there, get back to the arrow.
And
Start
keep in mind, like, you're not someone who just easily gives up on a deer. Like, we literally have a YouTube video out there of you tracking a deer you shot in town for miles
Yeah, I shot.
through
Yeah.
neighbors'
Yes,
properties.
I ended up getting Yeah, I mean, really quick synopsis. Bad hit on a deer. I tracked the deer for over 3 miles. It was like the first night was like 1.5 miles, and I was like, okay, I know exactly where this deer is roughly at. If it's not feeling good, it's going to bed down. I'll come back in the morning. And I think I spot the deer, and I go to first neighbor's house. I mean, it's right in their backyard, essentially.
Mhm.
And I'm like, hey, I'm a hunter, blah, blah, blah. Is it okay if I, dispatch this deer, made a bad shot, again, swallowing the pride. Go to attempt a bad shot, and the deer gets up and bounces to the next neighbors, and I'm like, oh, I gotta do it again. No.
yeah. So then finally it worked out, but yeah. So I was like, yeah, I don't give up easily, but
Yeah.
there's got to be.
Even with that deer, I was like, there's blood. Like I could follow it.
Yeah. Whereas then we got out that
Mm-hmm.
morning for that deer and, again, looked at the arrow, and then we started grid searching.
Well, and like we looked at the video, we're like, all right, where does it peel off? Because I filmed it for a
Yeah.
little bit before it got out of sight, and you're like trying to like, see where it's at, what trail it's going to take if it's on a trail, and that's when I was like, oh, it's tails up, like it's not like, oh, I'm really hurt.
Yeah.
And I was
It like full bounded away.
Yeah, and so I'm just like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
here we go.
And ultimately, just nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
And what really sucked, and like I think this goes to like, like we've got a day and a half, so literally half our trip,
Mm-hmm.
which this area is a massive hinge point on the success of it, and we feel so great about this area. But we literally
Kind of blew up that area.
essentially blew up the entire area in order to grid search for this, which I think is appropriate and
Yep.
what we should do.
Just sucks.
But like we weren't taking shortcuts on it. It was like we have to like do our due diligence
Mhm.
on this and make sure we're not screwing this up, or like cutting it short. Just absolutely nothing. Like Dusty had some sounds that he's like, all right, I think I heard something over here. He went and checked out that area. I was like, this is where I thought I heard noise end, and then we went beyond those areas to look again, and just absolutely nothing.
Yeah, there was nothing.
Oh,
So-
so we do the search.
And then the hard thing is this time of the year, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you got the leaves are falling and half of them are red. Like that's like
It's disheartening.
It
was disheartening.
Like an oak ridge can be a tough place to.
To be looking for red and
looking
like
for red.
and like maintaining your intensity and focus and
Yeah.
like I literally I was getting excited, being like, oh, drop of blood, because it's not like the leaf was all red. There was like
yeah, just
it had
like
a splotch
yeah,
look.
splotches. Yeah, they're very splotchy.
And then I lick my thumb and rub the leaf because
Yeah.
you'll have the blood come up on your thumb.
Which
And,
I always need to forget. I need to bring out like hydrogen peroxide when I'm tracking.
if I see a drop that I think, or at least what I think is a drop,
Yeah.
I just lick my thumb and rub the leaf, and if it's bloody on my thumb, then I'm like, all right, we're good. The hydrogen peroxide. So, like, if you were to just spray an area, you'd see white foam come
Yeah,
up. Is
white
that
foam.
right?
Yeah, 'cause that's what we use to clean up
that's
the
an
gym,
interesting-
and
yeah,
it works. Works really well.
that's interesting. We need to grab some more logs
Okay.
at some point. I'm freezing.
I mean,
All
this
right,
is going well. I mean,
I
one of
know.
us,
We're halfway through. We're
one of
almost,
us dressed appropriately.
I just appropriately for a properly run fire.
That was roaring.
yeah. I don't know if this is gonna be.
Surprised you didn't bring over wood.
I
Be
know.
prepared.
Well,
ADHD.
you told me, you said, there better be a roaring fire when I get there. And
And it
so
was.
I was front end loading this
Just
thing.
front and loading. It
Front
was
end
front
loading,
end
hoping for the
loading.
best.
So I'm doing the walk of shame back to the truck,
Yeah.
and I'm 100% in my head. Like,
And I am dog tired.
yeah,
I was like, I need a nap.
I mean, we're not talking to each other essentially. I mean, not in a negative sense.
No,
It was
I'm
just like,
tired and you're in your
you-
head.
You know that I'm processing.
Yep.
And I'm like in my head going, you know what? Like, I'm not gonna let this ruin the rest of the trip. This obviously sucks. I'm gonna lean into that it sucks and just like,
It's the second time this has happened.
yeah.
You
And
know,
I'm
it
like,
happened the first year
the
we
very
went out.
first year, and it was the
Same
same shot.
Same shot.
And I'm just like pissed. And I was like, all right, instead of like stuffing it or like pretending like I'm not upset, I'm just like, no, I'm gonna be upset. This sucks. Like this, the deer doesn't deserve that. Our trip, not that like deserve is the right word, but
yeah.
it's like
so
I
close.
was
and
so
yet-
disappointed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed, and I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna let myself be mad, sad, like all the feelings.
Mhm.
And then we're gonna bounce back and we're gonna get back after it, but I'm not gonna stuff it essentially.
Yeah.
And so I just leaned into it, and I was like, I don't care if if Dusty's annoyed that I'm not talking or like
I
happy
wasn't.
Or,
I
yeah,
was like-
and
like,
see,
I
you
get
seemed
it.
like you were good.
I was just tired, and I was
Yeah.
like, you got your own stuff, and get back to the truck. I take a nap,
Yeah.
and
You take a nap, I chill. I listen to some podcast.
you know,
And what did we end up? So that was the second day. Was that the day we went scouting in a weird
no,
travel?
that was
that was the last
next,
day.
That was the last day.
So
what
what did we do
do?
that night?
What did we do that night?
Did we just go set up? No, there's no way we
yeah,
went up.
yeah, we went back.
Did we
And
really?
We did go back. Yeah,
Because our stands were there.
yeah.
See, that's
no, because we had our stands from the other place
that morning.
morning. But I think we just decided to go back. We're like, well, hey, we saw action.
Mhm.
We'll kind of go off the thermals to kind of work for us at night to pull down.
Did we really do that?
Yeah,
Like the
Or
same
did we?
spots?
did we? See, now I'm questioning.
See, this is where I'm going to pull up
Wow.
my pictures while
Yeah.
we're talking. Because
Now
I'm like,
I'm really questioning what we did
if
that
we
night.
did that, I feel like an idiot. In hindsight, obviously.
Well, there's a few things I feel like an idiot on.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, you know,
100%.
like
I'm looking because we sent videos, like we had videos that we were sending back and forth. So this is our due diligence. Yeah. So this would have been the morning. This would have been the due diligence talk,
Yeah.
walking down the driveway. Then that
oh yeah, we did.
we
well,
went
we
and
did go.
scouted in some other
We
areas.
scouted. Yep. Yeah, we did go back.
Yeah, that would have been Saturday.
Was that Saturday?
I'll just double check. October 11th.
No.
No, that was Sunday.
Yeah.
No, that was Saturday. It was Saturday. Yeah, October 11th, Saturday.
Huh.
Yeah, because we didn't end up going out Saturday
Did we not go out Saturday night?
night. Sunday night, I mean.
No, we didn't go out Sunday night. You're right. Yeah, we ended
okay.
up.
All right, we're getting back on track.
Yeah,
Don't
we
worry.
ended up. Yeah, it was kind of.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah, so we ended up like, all right, let's just go do
Scout
some
the-
scouting
yeah,
in other areas,
but
which-
deeper.
with
was the
deeper,
idea.
and kind of like long term good info, short term really sucked because everything where we went, like where we're originally set up, like we're on basically the edge of a good kind of oak run.
Yep.
Sorry,
Not Dusty reading a text. Continue.
No, sorry.
Yeah,
Apparently,
everything
Xander,
okay?
Xander was scared. I asked him if he'd be all right. Yeah, it's good for him. So we're set up on the edge, like the north edge of that oak flat, and then like it ran for quite a while. It was south of us, but we ended up exploring further north that Saturday, and
Yeah.
it was just a lot of pin oaks, super dense.
No
Just
crazy hard,
No
like great
good
trails.
signs. Yeah, just nothing.
Well, and like that was one thing too. Is like when we talking about good sign, we're like, all we're really looking for is like you got old like historical rubs.
Yeah.
You've got poop and trails.
And nothing other than a few
Mhm.
trails. Like there was just
Yeah.
absolutely nothing, which kind of in hindsight, again, is one of the big takeaways. I think it's a good time to talk about it was for us in these kind of trips. Well, two things. One, we definitely realized we need more scouting ahead of time. Like
Mhm.
preseason, like it is
Well, look how much even
man-
us going out a month before.
compared to
Yeah, and
a
how
week
much of a
before
difference
last
how much
year.
of a difference that's made for
yeah,
us.
so huge. So like, can we
Yep.
go out multiple times?
Mm-hmm. Can we go out in
In
spring?
yeah,
Or it's just like,
yeah.
hey, let's pop out there
We
real quick.
definitely need to do that, and then 2, go actually hunt later in October. That end of October, beginning of November, with that pre-rut going on. So
Oh, you
that
mean
the,
prime time, not
yeah,
cozy time?
Not cozy time.
Cozy weather.
Which I mean, hey, as far as a trip goes, cool. Like it's fun. I feel again this October was a little weird.
Yep.
Like still way warmer than historically it's
Agreed.
been. So that didn't help. But then too, like there's just no sign. Like other than
Where we were scouting.
where
yeah.
we're scouting. Like
Yep.
I mean, we found the next day, which we found one scrape, but
Well,
that was
Sunday.
it.
Yeah, that was Sunday.
That was Sunday. But like that was it the whole weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Like otherwise,
So yeah, we basically made this big, huge loop that kind of came back behind where we were hunting near the lake, and it was kind of the point. Like Dusty and honestly, like to each his own. But he was like, dude, there's nothing that excites me out here.
Yeah.
And frankly, I agreed with you. But I'm like, I'm out here on this hunting trip. Like I'm getting in a tree was my feeling. Well,
Mhm.
I told you that. I was like, I'm getting in a tree.
Yeah.
Like
with or without you, I'm getting in a tree.
well, it was just, I mean, that just was my mentality. It wasn't like, oh no, I think we're going to get a deer. It's just like, I'm going to get in a tree, man. Like I'm out here to hunt. I don't want to go back to camp yet. Like I just want to hop in a tree. And that's really all that night was
Mhm.
like super like below the ground confidence as far as
Yeah.
like, oh, we're going to see something. I was just like, yeah, I was set up deeper than where I was originally set up, but I was like, God, we blew this place up, man. We came in from the back of it. Like there's
Yeah.
just
and then where I set up, I was like 100 yards, not even 100 yards, maybe 75 yards from where I originally set up.
yeah,
further
coming off a
south,
different
coming
finger
off a
ridge.
different finger ridge, but it was like, man, at this point, like, because by the time of the day that we were like, all right, we need to get up, I was like, man, this is the best spot. Like, if they're gonna come down, given the wind, this is the best chance I
Yeah,
have at
yeah.
something.
Yep.
But
And that's that, and that's all we could do. It
Yeah.
was just like
and hope that maybe
yeah.
a bit of stupid luck.
It was
which stupid luck,
dude.
has
We
not
need to
gone
talk
our way,
about stupid luck.
which like has not gone our way.
I feel like, and I told you this. I was like, every single hunt that has worked out, it feels like there was a bit of stupid luck involved.
Oh, absolutely.
Whereas like where I've actually loosed an arrow, got the thing, like sealed
Yeah.
the deal. It was like there was a little bit of stupid luck in there.
Yeah,
I mean, we
like-
talk about luck, but then like I think there's actually a thing like stupid luck,
luck.
which is next level.
yeah, I mean, the first deer I ever got
Mhm.
was stupid luck.
Mm-hmm.
The second deer was like a little bit of luck. It wasn't as stupid, but yeah, there is a
Well,
level of stupid luck that's needed.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when you think about it, and given like the info that the whitetail research guy, I forget his name, that's been doing the drone footage
Yeah, dude.
and showing like really like you can do everything right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to come down to stupid luck. And like, yeah, there's things that will help increase those odds of pinch points and which kind of like,
But
like, all right,
they're
like,
wild animals. They're
they're
going to do
wild
what they
animals.
do.
They can go wherever they want.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, yeah, especially
Well,
in
and
the,
that-
and,
and
we're,
when
and
you-
we're in the big woods.
Yeah, and
That's
you
the
can't
thing.
just like
We're
throw
not-
time at it.
Yeah, we're in the big woods. I just remember years ago, I don't really care for the guy anymore, but John Dudley, I remember him talking about, yeah, you need to sit an average of like 26 days in a tree for something to come by, which kind of given how he hunts, I see probably why. But but at the same time, there is kind of truth in that. Like, if you want to get something from a spot,
Yeah.
you literally have to throw time at it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
eventually, you sit there every day for a month,
Yeah,
something's gonna walk
kind
by.
of lends it to like it lends itself to what you're saying about like, okay, well, if I'm going to throw time at it, why would I throw time at it in the lower odd time that they're up and moving
Yeah.
in daylight versus like I'm just gonna take a solid week off
Yeah.
when they're moving the most,
Yeah.
because
Like-
my odds go up.
exactly.
And so it lends itself to that 100%, and that's
And-
where like
and I
this
think-
morning it's like. Yeah, throw time at it, and obviously, like I'm the the eternal optimist, where it's like anything could happen. This could be the one.
yeah.
But also it's like I'd rather wait till like my odds are higher,
Mhm.
right? Like they're laying down sign, they're fired up, like
And I think, like, I've had that realization, the shift the mental game or the mental outlook, in the same way I have for jiu-jitsu, that excited, like, oh, I need to go now and make it happen now, like in grappling, and chasing after, like, oh, the first minute I need to make a submission happen now. Versus like, no, let's go in. I'm not worried about a submission. I'm going to go in. I'm going to be sound. I'm going to be,
and like
and
like wait for the opportunity.
wait for the
to,
opportunity.
like, come to fruition.
Yeah, and
it-
I'm going to
and
wear them down first,
Yeah.
so that the odds of me being able to get that finish are higher. And same way with hunting, I've had this mentality I've realized where it's like, oh, I need to go make it happen now, because
Yeah.
like, oh man, if I wait till end of October, beginning of November, I have 2 weeks. I can't make it happen then.
Well, and like
It's
it's
like,
not
or
even and so
can
like
I?
you're talking too like about the macro, but it's also the micro too, which you and I have talked about, where it's like those moments when there's actually like from the moment you see a deer
Mm-hmm.
and it's in range,
And you're like, oh,
you're rushing
I
it.
gotta make it happen now.
Yeah, you're like I cannot, and like we've watched more maybe mature deer hunters in the sense of like they get more time to throw at it, and they're more
Mhm.
calm in the moment. And it's like I feel like, oh no, this moment is fleeting, and I have to capture it. I can't like take any extra seconds to like
Yeah.
to do anything. It's like I
Yeah.
just gotta execute now.
Yeah.
yeah. So, anyways, we sit there, we go back, predictably, don't see anything.
Yeah.
Well, I will say, like I saw when I was walking down that finger ridge, I had my light on, and I caught.
This was funny.
Screw you, man. So I'm thinking like you can tell your perspective of how I handled it. Anyway, I saw I believe 2 does.
So let me say my part first. This is what I hear. We're like, all right, like it's time. Let's get down, and like it's just after light, and all of a sudden I hear just Ethan out there singing or whistling just super loudly. I'm like, holy cow! Like he's almost to me. Like we should have.
Yeah.
We set up and get down at roughly around like the same amount of time. So I'm like, he should, like, I had just gotten down, like got everything packed up, and was just about to throw my stand on my back when I'm hearing you 50 yards from me whistling. I was like, well, I'm gonna be done in a little bit.
What's
So,
it?
it's almost 11.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Continue. Yeah,
So,
you're good.
But yeah, I'm hearing you whistle. I'm like, there's no way. Like, when did he get down? Like, he had to have gotten down
I
10,
did not.
15 minutes ago.
I did not get down early.
You did. Because, like, I got down at a normal, like, time. And, like, you were almost to me. Like, there's no way you should have been.
Dude,
I'm fast. You're just jealous
No,
that I've
no.
already got my system
You got
dialed,
down.
bro.
And I'm hearing, in the middle of the woods, you whistling your head off. I'm like, what is he doing?
But okay,
Like,
that's valid.
this
But I
is
could not. No, I got down when I couldn't see.
And I totally believe that. But
Okay.
I was just, like, surprised. Because of, like, whoa, he got down, like, way sooner than I did. And you're almost to me, and you're whistling your head off. Like, what is he doing? Like, I thought we were supposed to, like, dip out of here quietly, and you're whistling your way through like it's a 50s TV show.
Dude, it was.
Barney
I heard
Fife?
some mess. What's that?
I said Barney Fife,
Dude, I heard some weird sounds.
an owl.
No, not that sound. It was.
Okay.
I heard like low, weird, like growl, weird sounds. Or shut up, man.
Sound of a deer.
And that was you, not me. Oh, also on this trip, by the way, Dusty, we heard a deer blow. I hear a deer blow at some point. Anyway, and Dusty goes like, he's like, wait, what? I'm like, that was a deer, Dusty. And he's like, well, don't trust me. I don't know what a deer sounds like. It's so good. Anyway,
Call
so
back. Call back
100%.
to our first trip.
The
ever.
OG
Yeah.
trip, yeah. So anyway, not a huge fan of going out into the woods in the dark. Coming out in the dark, all right, guys. I'll say it. There. Is that what you wanted, Dusty? Are you happy?
Yes, once you said that, I laughed, but it made a lot more sense. 'Cause I was like, "What are you doing?
Yeah,
Why
it's
are
like,
you whistling?"
Had
your
I
head off?"
not heard some weird sound, and then I'm thinking, okay, all right, well, if that doe, maybe it is dead, and we didn't find it, and then something is like on it,
trying to kill it,
or like,
eat it.
whatever. I was just like, screw this, dude. I'm not. I just started whistling the whole way down. My lights on full brightness, swinging around left and right. And so I happened to catch a couple does' eyes in that bedding area, essentially in between us.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so we get our way out of there, and we are like, what is next?
Well, first off, we went back to the camper and we had an amazing meal. Dude, that was one of the best hunting meals I've ever had.
Preach, dude.
Dude, that the sliders that
Dude, my wife made a roast with like these banana peppers.
I was like it was
And then you brought smoked Gouda.
smoked Gouda.
And on buns.
And then we threw some of that in some adult sized ramen cups.
Dude, that was so good.
So good.
Anyway, we ate so fast.
Filled the belly and warmed the soul.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. And then we got to hang out outside and just kick it, and that was and it was nice out that night.
So that was rock solid.
And then the reality of the next morning hits like a brick house.
Oh, dude, that night I slept the worst. I didn't feel like I slept. And that was the night that we really like alternated sleeping and waking each other up.
That was so bad. And
dude, it was rough.
Did we both have noise canceling headphones and did not use them?
Yeah, I don't have noise canceling, but I had headphones. And eventually I was like, why don't I throw these headphones in? And I did. Turned on some music, and that helped.
And I just didn't. I literally
You
could have
still
grabbed.
didn't.
Oh, I had my left ear in, and I was like, oh, I could put my right ear in, but I just kept like rubbing it on the pillow, like my open ear. And I'm just like, I'm such an idiot. Like the next morning, I'm like, why didn't I just put both in?
Kind of like
That's
when
so
you wake
stupid.
up, you have to pee, and you don't pee, and then you don't really like.
Yes,
just
yeah,
get up
yeah,
and go
yeah.
pee.
Yeah, and you like fight it for some
Yeah.
reason.
So yeah, that next morning came, and it was just
Well,
like
we were planning to go back to the
the
place.
first, the
that
second
had
place.
The second
field.
place that had the does and really nice buck. Actually, a couple of them that were nice, but that one really nice buck. And
And we wake up to our alarms.
Dude, snooze.
and Dusty was like,
I was so wiped.
I was
Like-
ready. I mean, mentally, I was like, all right, here we go.
And Dusty was like, like not. I'm gonna need to sleep.
And
I
should've
just
told
wasn't.
you, just go.
You could have, but like honestly, like again to the pressure release thing where it's like, dude, I'm here to be and do this with you. Like I don't want to go and like kill a deer by myself. I mean, it'd be cool ultimately,
Yeah.
but I was like, I'm gonna hang with him, bro. Whatever.
Like, it is what it is. I'm not going to stress about it. We got a long season ahead. It's a 45-minute drive from my house to get back out there,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
to come later in the season. And so it wasn't like we were out of state and I paid $14,000 to
Yeah.
go here type
Yeah.
of thing.
That might have been a little different.
Yeah, for you too. And
Yeah.
so it was just like, I'm like, whatever. It's
Yeah,
cool.
I was
Whatever.
so exhausted.
And it's not like I couldn't use extra sleep, right?
Yeah.
And so,
So
yeah,
we slept in.
yeah, we slept in. And then after we woke up for the second or third time, it was like, all right, well, what are we going to do today? And that's where we started game planning of like,
We just went and scouted a bunch.
we were like, dude,
Let's-
let's just like go on essentially, so the area we were hunting this year, we had private access to public land
Mm-hmm.
and then the access was like over a mile away in the other direction to get on the other side of this public land, the entry point, if we didn't have the private land.
Mm-hmm.
and so it was like, well, it's not like it'll only help us to understand more what's happening on the backside of this.
Yeah, because we
And-
kind of explored the north end.
Exactly. Yeah.
Realized that's crap for hunting. Let's explore the south and the west end.
Yep. So we drove around, and we had a couple pins that we were interested in out in that area anyway, and we were driving actually around one of these areas, and we're on a logging road, and we're driving, and I'm watching out the window, and we're like right up against the woods on my side, and there's
Yeah, a
a
bunch
couple,
of popple whips.
Yeah, on your side there was even younger clear
Yeah.
cut. And I see a deer. It's literally like 10 yards off the road. If
Yeah.
that. And I was like,
doe.
I'm like, doe,
There's a
dude, doe.
doe.
And so Dusty keeps rolling the truck down the road, and I don't know if we were still moving or not, but I pop over into the driver's seat because I'm like, I don't have my release on, which just
Duh.
it's so stupid.
Yeah.
And I was like, you go after it or
So
whatever.
I grab my bow.
And I keep rolling the truck down
Yeah.
the road while you start walking back on the nice sandy logging
Yeah.
road.
So I walk along and I
Mhm.
got, I'm a half draw and all of a sudden I see the doe. She sees me and I'm walking fast. And there was just no openings at all to be able to send an
Come
arrow.
on, dude.
I was like,
Ugh.
maybe with a compound, but just nothing.
Dusty's like, I don't know, it would have been really hard to track in there. I'm like, shut up, dude. We need to kill something. Yeah, so we did that for we found some. I mean, we did some calling on the ground. Like we had fun with it. I mean, really,
And then
it was real windy day.
Yeah, and then we found too, like the kind of the just south of us on that
dude,
private land was
yes.
like, okay, this is where this good oak flat continues,
Yes,
and we kind of like we got a good idea of like, hey, where this like good oak flat is.
yeah, where we could even hunt further from each other and
Yeah.
really not be
Yeah.
impacting each other and still feel like we're both in a great spot.
Yeah,
And I actually stumbled across the first scrape I've seen of the year,
Yep.
which was really exciting. I mean, there's like one leaf that had fallen in a very active
yeah,
area of leaves coming down, and
yeah.
and then we bumped a deer shortly after we found that, and we
Tried calling it.
yeah
in.
we backed up and tried to call in and just like have some again. It was like just have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that was probably the point where you and I were starting to feel the frustration in general.
Well,
of,
yeah,
like,
because it was kind of like we went out there high hopes and expectations of like, man, we got this really good area, really good deer sign, constant like camera activity, and just good ground, and really only got like 2 sits out of it, really.
yeah, that's what
And,
that
like,
sucked.
And and to the point where like, man, like if I just go sit, like I'm not like in the game of like I'm waiting for something to walk by. It's like I think we've blown this area up for this weekend.
Yeah, exactly,
You know,
exactly. Well, and obviously, like, there's just disappointment when you're like,
Yeah.
it's just not going to come
Yeah.
together. That sucks.
So that definitely was a little.
So that was our that was our morning and afternoon, and then we're like, I had the genius idea. I was like, bro, what if we pack up this afternoon because we don't have any spot we feel super
Yeah,
confident and
yeah,
excited about for the evening because the other spot
It's again
was a
go
morning
back
spot.
to we need more options.
Yes,
next
and I was like, well, what if we just pack up this afternoon, head back to town because it's only 45 minutes away, and hit these areas that like we do feel good about.
Yeah, these
Like,
in town spots.
Yeah, in town spots. And so we pack up, we get everything ready. I stop at A&W because I love A&W. A&W's delicious,
Yeah, we
guys.
got in an
Dusty's
argument
like,
about
yeah.
Culver's versus A&W.
I don't think it's a versus. I think A&W's a treat, man. It's great. I love A&W. So we get back into town and we're like literally driving to this area and all of a sudden we start seeing like raindrops on the window.
Yeah,
And I'm
just
like,
oh.
I'm like, I've only looked at the wind
Yeah,
forecast.
I haven't looked at the
Yeah,
actual weather.
I'm looking at the windy app, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I haven't looked at the actual weather. And we look at the weather and it's like 15 to, I mean, gusts would probably be up to 20 plus.
yeah.
And then like
Rain.
thunderstorms. And I'm like,
Yeah,
so I was like, all right, well, like, let's just
it
pull
was
these.
super warm out too.
It
Like,
was. It was hot,
Super
yeah.
warm. There was a cold front coming in, but that warm.
Yeah, it
weather
was
was
brutal. And so then it was like, all right, well, let's at least go pull all of our trail cameras we had in this area and see what it looks like. And maybe that'll like dictate something. But with the rain coming in, it's like, I don't want to shoot a deer and track it
Yeah,
if it's raining. Like, we're going to lose. Like,
Lose
I don't think
that.
it's that smart.
No.
And man, yeah, it was like
Yeah,
crap.
That was brutal. There
Yeah,
was just
so then we just kind of,
nothing.
it just came to an end. It was like,
Yeah.
all right, I guess our trip's over.
Yeah, like that was kind of like a.
Anticlimactic.
Yeah, it was very anticlimactic.
Yeah, we're just like, all right, well, I guess that's it.
Yeah, and then on the drive home, I'm listening to the video Cody DeQuisto had just put out on scouting and like
Like in season scouting.
in-season scouting, and that he put out 2 days before, and like you had pulled it up
And started
and
listening
started
to it
listening
during
to it
your
like
nap.
during my nap. I remember you pulling it up, and like just some of the things he was saying, I was just like, oh my gosh, there's so many different things I wish we had done differently. Like for me, I think one of the things I wish we had done,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we could have like once that other spot was done for,
Mm-hmm.
gone back to that second spot
Mm-hmm.
and then done some scouting there, and then especially on the south side of the other side of that like creek or river,
Yeah, yeah.
especially since
Like in the thicker stuff?
well, kind of, because it comes to a clearing, and then
Okay.
that clearing also then goes into that private land, and that owner had put in a little food crop, which I had seen a doe eating in that morning. It was just like, well, why not like see what happens Saturday night
Yeah.
at that spot, see if we see anything. If
Yeah.
there's anything coming out, we could be like, all right, we know where we can sit up Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm.
We could probably, maybe maybe punch something off the field edge, and then maybe we can go like sneak in Sunday night if anything's coming into that food crop.
Yeah.
So I was just like,
The old hindsight.
yeah, the old
2020,
hindsight.
right?
It was just
Oh,
like, you know,
that's so
just
tough.
to like be more, especially given the lack of sign and just like, okay, we need to.
It's
we need
really, if it like that was like one thing with this trip too, was like there you literally are just looking for food and water
yeah,
essentially, and like where they feel safe.
yeah,
And it wasn't like where's the doe bedding so that bucks are coming by like to check it out. I mean, we're on the very, very cusp of that type of thing at this point, where
mhm.
it's like you'd be really lucky for that to be the intent of a
Yeah.
buck, you know, moving it in daylight type of thing.
Yeah, it's
And it was just like, oh man, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was cool. Yeah, I think it was really cool that we had figured it out as much as we did. And one did we do one visit or two visits before the actual hunt? It was two because we
yeah,
pulled the
'cause
cam.
we put up a camera a month out, and then we went out there the week of. To be
Yeah,
like, hey, what's the most up to date intel?
yeah. And I think it's cool because we're like, oh well, we're gonna come back here because like bucks are gonna be cruising this ridge. We have seen where the does are bedding.
Yeah,
And so it's just it'd be
We were
such
close.
a fun. Yeah, we were
we were
so
close. Who knows
dude.
where that big buck was? You know?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
who knows if he was just down the hill
Yeah,
and
yeah.
decided
You just
to
don't know.
walk a different direction.
Yep.
So that's the hard part, and
Yeah.
like the whitetail research guy's showing, like from his findings that his cameras are only capturing 20% at most of the deer movement
Mhm.
in a particular area.
Yep.
And so it's just
You just don't know.
we just don't know, and,
And-
it's
and
not
yeah.
like we're set up in an area where you can see that far.
Yeah.
We're on hills.
I'd say it's further than I can usually see, given that it's like mature oaks, but not. I mean, I'm
Where it's-
still
yeah,
under
you're
100
still-
yards.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
And even if you're seeing
there's a lot of
700
different
yards,
ridges,
like a glimpse.
and
Yeah.
So it was definitely like anticlimactic, but lots of good lessons gleaned.
Mhm.
And you know, I think if anything, like last year, as frustrating as it was, and you know, this year as frustrating as it was, like the thing it keeps propelling me to do more
Yeah.
for the next
yeah,
year.
yeah.
Like I definitely, that was the mind shift that I had last year, and it's really playing out where it's like, all right, didn't make it happen this time, but now I have more intel for next year,
Mhm.
and I can plan better. And now I'm just building off. Okay, what do I need to do for next year?
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
so that's good.
And I mean, I think for me, like,
I'm not just giving up.
yeah, and looking at the totality of our years going out and being like, holy crap, like we were, you know, really close for 3 or 4 hunts. Well, 3 hunts for sure. Where I was like, we were 100% in the game. You just need that a little bit of luck.
Yeah,
Right? Is what
Yeah.
it felt like. Where I was like, just need a little more luck.
little more luck.
And so that to me is what I find most encouraging on our trip is like just to be in the action this early in the season without like a real draw outside of that water being there.
Yeah,
I was just like, we've definitely come a long ways.
oh yeah,
We've come a long ways, and we've got a long ways to go.
oh yeah.
But we've come a long ways, and that to me has been super exciting. Like, we had nothing to text about the first few years. I mean,
Yeah.
it was just like in terms of like when you're in the stand, you're like, it was like you're getting text messages of like, I see something. You know, like we're both like,
yeah,
we're in the
That was a
game.
squirrel.
Yeah, exactly. And so it was really cool, man. Super fun, and as always, excited for the next year's hunt.
Yeah, a lot of preparations to do ahead of that.
Yes,
So a lot of,
100%, 100%.
March and April and early
And
May.
we'll probably even
adventures.
get out. Hopefully, we get out there this year again a few times.
Yeah,
In the rut,
yeah,
because I think that area is going to be pretty sweet.
that would be dope.
All right, everybody.
folks,
Hey,
hope
thanks
you-
for tuning in.
Yeah.
It was a long one
Yeah,
for us
you
compared
know.
to the last few.
So
So
hope you all enjoyed it, and until next time, peace out.